Okay. Well, welcome. This is Bariatric Yoga. Welcome online. I'm Tracy, and I'm really glad that you all are here. First, just commend yourself for setting out this time, for practicing aligning the mind, the body, and ultimately the spirit. This time that you have carved out for yourselves, no one can take this away from you. I'll begin our practice by offering a little squirt of essential oil to invite the sense of smell into our practice today. It is peppermint and orange. So if you're interested, just an invitation to open up your palm like so. If this is not something you're interested in, just palms down. And for those of you online, I'll just give a little squirt like that. And then just waving it around. You can put it on your clothes. It comes right off in the wash. You can rub it all around and take a big, deep breath in. Just inviting in these senses and allowing yourself to settle into this space here or there, wherever it is that you are. Arriving here, an invitation to close off the eyes as we begin to practice today. And knowing that our time together is just that, a practice. And that my cueing is simply that, an invitation to follow a certain pose or asana. Yogis, anything that does not feel right to you, simply find something comfortable and easy seat that feels good for you. Dropping down into a child's pose might feel nice too. So we'll begin with our breath work this evening, and I would like to introduce the breath of the hummingbird. Keeping the eyes closed, the breath of the hummingbird. We'll begin by checking our seat. On the in-breath, in through the nose, sealing off the lips, allowing the crown of the head on the in-breath to come high to the sky, taking the spine nice and tall. And on the exhale breath, just deepening into the seat, making contact with the mat, allowing the energy of the earth to settle into the body. Again, on the in-breath, sending the crown of the head nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. The breath of the hummingbird will begin by closing off the ears with our thumbs, and our fingers will close off the eyes. And this requires a little bit of vulnerability on our part, because on the exhale breath, we'll make a sound of a hum, allowing us to connect with the breath in an auditory way. So if your eyes are closed, you might blink them open for just a second, and I'll demonstrate the breath of the hummingbird. I'm going to close off my ears and use my fingers to close off my eyes. On the inhale breath, big breath in, sending the crown of the head high. And on the exhale breath, and I just allow it to trail off. Inhale, filling up the chest, the body cavity with air. And on the exhale, so please join me for just a few rounds of breath, closing off the ears with your thumbs, closing off the eyes with your fingers, and on your own timing, begin taking breath in through the nose and a hum. Whenever you're ready, just gently allowing your fingertips to fall back down to the earth. Continue breathing at your own natural cadence of breath. The idea behind the breath of the hummingbird is to begin to match the inhales and extend the exhales. This breath practice can be done anywhere, anytime. It allows for the exhales to become the important part of the breath. Most of the time, when we pay attention to the breath, we pay attention to the inhales. Not so much how long we extend the exhale. As we continue to just sit and breathe here for a moment, I'd like to focus in on a Satnam for our practice today, an I am statement that you can carry through with you for your entire practice. A Satnam is set in the present moment. I am, you fill in the blank. I am happy. I am strong. I am content. Perhaps it's just I am. Take a few more rounds of breath, full deep inhales, filling the body full of vital oxygen. Generous exhales as you find and search for your Satnam. We'll begin to move with the breath. On your next inhale, take the arms wide and high. Begin to reach them up high for the sky, east and west, and have them meet up at the top. Palms will come together to touch if they can. And if not, as close as possible, allowing for the elbows to come as close to the ears as they can. Just staying here and allowing the heart space to come wide and open. Breathing here at the top. One round of breath. On your next inhale breath, grow tall with your fingers. And on your exhale, twist open to the left. Taking your twist so that your right hand touches your left knee. Opposite hand and knee can add a little extra weight to deepen into this seated twist. Don't hold on to anything below the waist. Check to make sure that your sits bones are not popping up off your mat. A peek over the left shoulder can deepen the twist. Inhaling brings the arms back up to neutral. Round of breath here. Next incoming breath sends the fingertips high to the sky. On the exhale breath, twisting open to the opposite side. Beautiful. A peek over the right shoulder might feel good here. Really allowing the stretch to just be in the spine. Inhale, breath will take the hands back up to the neutral position. Exhale, breath, deepen into your seat. Inhale, breath, left hand will grab a hold of the right wrist. Inhale, breath, reach high. And on the exhale breath, lean over to your left for a side body stretch. So your right hand should be headed up over towards your head. So lean the other direction. There you go. Beautiful. Nice full body side stretch here. Even pulling a little bit with the left hand. Big round of breath here, yogis. Noticing how it's a little difficult to take a full round of breath when your lungs are twisted. Inhale, breath returns to center. Undo the hold that you have. And notice here for just a second as you exhale the hands back down. Notice if you feel a difference between your right side and your left side. Inhale, breath will take the arms back up high to the sky. Grab the opposite wrist. And then we'll get a nice side body stretch on the other side. In breath. And exhale. One more round of breath here. On your next incoming breath, return to center. Big round of breath, sends the fingers high, and on the exhale, just float the arms back down to center. Tickling the earth just a little bit. And now notice, is there a little more balance? You stretched both sides. Some neck stretches will take the right ear to the right shoulder. And send the right arm on an inhale breath up and around the head. I like to tuck it around my ears. This adds a little weight to the head so I can get a little deeper stretch. And then I can walk my fingertips, my left fingertips out, and I can feel the stretch deepen even. Big round of breath here. Inhale breath, undo the hand, and then return the head to neutral. And then take the left ear to the left shoulder. It's also great brain exercises because I always have to remind myself, where's my right and left? And then we're going to take the left hand on an in-breath, up and around the head. If you'd like, you can wrap your fingers around your ear to add a little bit of weight to the head, not too much. And then you can walk those fingertips out. And do check in with the bottom half of your body. No need to hold on to any pressure there. We're not doing any stretching there. The stretch is just here in your beautiful neck. Carries so much stress. One round of breath. On your next inhale, release the hand and then return the neck to neutral. Excellent. Gently bowing the head, take the chin to the chest. Inhaling both hands up overhead, clasping them together at the top, gently allowing them to come to rest just at the very back of the head. For a little extra weight here. Maybe even bringing the elbows to come to kiss in the front. Really getting a beautiful neck stretch in the back there. Round of breath, yogis. On an inhale breath, unclasp the fingers and then bring the head back to neutral. Excellent. Now, very gently on an inhale breath, take a look at the sky. Gentle lean back of the head, not too much, just enough. And then when you're ready, just roll the neck out. Doesn't matter which way you go. Take it all the way around, whatever feels good. Maybe stopping wherever it feels a little sticky. And then going in the other direction. Whatever feels nice. And then when you're ready, just finding some stillness. Returning to your Satnam, I am. Gently placing the hands on the knees, the palms facing down. We'll begin seated cat-cows. On an in-breath, we'll take the belly and push it out, opening the chest high and take a beautiful glance up at the sky. Begin to move the spinal fluid around. On the exhale breath, round the back out, push the chest forward, take the chin to the chest. Really rounding out the spine. On your in-breath, push the chest forward, opening up the heart space, taking up a glance at the sky. Even using the hand and knee connection for some added weight, a push and a pull. Begin to move with your own breath on the exhale, round out the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, push, open up your heart space. Take a look up. Exhale, breath, push it out. Once you feel like this back and forth motion has some nice fluid to it, begin to get organic with it. We call it a barrel roll. Just begin to move side to side, all around. Using the weight of your hand and knee connection as stability, just moving back and forth. Friends, you can take it all the way down to the ground if you'd like. All the way around. I am. It's not often that we give ourselves this time and space to move our bodies in this way with the breath. Feels so good. When you're ready, just finding some stillness. We're going to head to table, which is just hands and knees. If hands and knees are uncomfortable for you, this can also be taken on your back. So I'll demonstrate both. So in table, we're going to move to a bird dog, which is just lifting the opposite hand and leg. So in a table position, we want to find strength in the fingers, pushing into the ground through the circumference of sort of the knuckles. So we take the pressure off of the wrist. The knees will be stacked underneath the hips. We'll begin by lifting the left hand and the right leg. Tucking the belly button into the spine can help with balance. Please remember, yogis, that gravity always wins. Lifting just one or the other is always an option as well. Lifting both is the biggest challenge of all. Lowering back down when you're ready. Hey, come on in. Inhale breath to prepare the body. Tuck the belly button into the spine for balance. And on an exhale breath, lift up the same left hand, right leg. A gentle gaze down towards the mat can help with balance as well. Sometimes pointing the toes down to the ground can be beneficial for balance. Lowering back down, yogis, whenever you're ready. We're going to do 2 more with the same hand and leg. It's an inhale breath to prepare the body with the vital oxygen necessary to lift these muscles. And on the exhale, lift up when you're ready. Lowering back down. Last one, so make it count. Inhale breath to prepare. Exhale, lifting up opposite hand and leg. Excellent. Lowering back down. And now the right hand and the left leg. Variations, just using the hand, just using the leg. Always options in yoga. Do what's good for you and your body. Inhale, breath to prepare. Tuck the belly button in. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. It's an energy lock in the body. Really tighten it up. You can even pull the pelvic floor up to meet Mula Bandha. Inhale, breath to prepare. Exhale, breath. Lift up in whatever way you are comfortable. Perhaps it's just the leg on the first lift. Holding here for a round of breath. Using the muscles, using the core, using your Satnam, your I am statement. And lowering back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift up. Hold for a round of breath. In and out. And then lowering back down whenever you're ready. 2 more. Whatever variation you're using. In breath is to prepare. Tuck the belly button in. Use your core strength. Exhale, lift up. Excellent, yogis. Hold that balance. If you fall out, that's okay. It's a practice. Lowering back down whenever you're ready. We have 1 more. Inhale to prepare, and on your exhale breath, lift up. Awesome, and lowering back down. We'll tuck our toes under and push our hips up high for our first downward dog. Any variation of this is fine. If that's uncomfortable for you, just lowering back down to table. In downward dog, we're just going to move the feet around, headed to tippy toe to heel, tippy toe to heel. A generous bend in the knee. Your head trying to stay between your elbows. Taking a peek at what's behind you. The hips are the highest point of contact of the body. And then when you're ready, gently walk the hands out just a little bit, finding a plank position, and then dripping the knees down to the ground. Pointing the toes, and then lowering the thighs, hips, belly, chest, chin, all the way down. Excellent. A gentle push up into cobra for a back bend. Really moving everything around in the spine. Lowering back down all the way to the ground. One more back bend, pushing up for cobra. Big round of breath here. Stretching out those abdomen muscles. Lowering back down to the ground. On this one, we're going to push all the way back up into a child's pose. Spreading the knees wide on the mat. The toes will come to touch in the back. And we'll send the hips to the heels. Extended child's pose. The arms come long on the mat. As wide as the mat. A big hip opener here, beautiful stretch. Returning to your Satnam, I am. Inhale, breath, return to table. Tuck the toes under, hips come high for downward dog. Take your right foot and send it high to the sky. And then gently swing it through, walk it, bring it, however it needs to get there in between your hands. Sometimes I have to physically pick it up and put it there. And then dripping the left knee down for a low lunge. The blocks that are next to your mat are very helpful for our next asana. So if you can, I can bring them to you as well. So if you're at home and you have anything, thing that can bring the earth up close to you, sometimes I'll use big cans of green beans or anything along those lines. So we're in a low lunge. Our right foot is forward and our left knee is down. This is a big hip opener. We're just going to lean forward as much as is comfortable for you to open up the hips here. And then on an in-breath, we're going to prepare to then head backwards into a half split. And it's an exhale that sends the hip back and straighten out the front foot. Feel free to walk these blocks wherever you need them to be. This is a hamstring stretch. My hams are very tight, so I don't go very far. The blocks also turn long ways to bring the earth up even closer to me. And a gentle bow can deepen the stretch. Inhale sends oxygen. Exhales are to deepen the stretch. And then begin to walk forward. A gentle bend in the front knee will bring us back into our low lunge, giving us that hip opener one more time. Excellent. And then one more time backwards. Really stretching out this hamstring. Beautiful. And then if you have the blocks, setting them just gently to each side of the mat, framing the front foot with your hands. Tuck your back toe under, coming into a high lunge. Send the front foot to meet the back foot. That'll take us back into a plank position. And then we're just going to bring the left leg to the front. However you need to get it there. Matters not. And then allowing the right knee to fall down to the ground, eventually pointing the right toe. And then grabbing a hold of the blocks again. Leaning forward into the front foot for the hip opener. And inhale to prepare. And on the exhale breath, leaning the hip back to meet the heel as much as is comfortable. When you feel resistance, please hold there. A gentle bow will also increase the intensity of the stretch. Breathe, yogis. Where is your Satnam? Walking forward. Opening up the hips one more time for a beautiful low lunge. One round of breath here. Feel the strength in your body. And then on an exhale breath, walking back for your half split one more time. Make it count. Gentle bow here, perhaps a flex of the foot. And then when you're ready, gentle bend in the front knee, removing the blocks, framing the front foot with your hands. We'll send the front foot to meet the back foot and find table. And then gently lower down to the ground. Thighs, hips, chest, chin. Taking the left hand, we're going to reach back for the left ankle. We're going to reach for the left ankle on the inside of the ankle. Relaxing everything else in the body. Getting the beautiful stretch here. Big, beautiful breath. And now with your breath, an inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, push out with your foot while pulling in with your hand to allow your chest to rise. And breathe here, one round of breath before lowering down. This creates a shake in me. My muscles are tense. And then lower back down. Release the hand and allow it to gently fall, the leg to also fall back down to the ground. Just notice any difference that you might feel in the legs at this moment. Now an inhale breath, reach back for your right leg or opposite. If you weren't with me, doesn't matter. That's what I love about yoga. It's not synchronized. Relaxing every part of the body, except for this right leg, allowing the stretch to be right there in this beautiful quadricep muscle that's so strong. Just breathing here, yogis. And then when you're ready, using this concept of a push and a pull, the opposites, pushing out with the foot while pulling in with the hand, it creates an automatic lift of the body. Allow it to lift you up off the ground. See if you shake. And then when you're ready, just gently lower back down. Pushing up for cobra or back bend. Lowering back down. Tuck your toes under and come to downward dog. When you're ready, we're going to walk our feet forward for a forward fold. However you find yourself in the forward fold, it does not matter. Perhaps ragdolling the hands, crisscrossing your arms. This is a beautiful inversion. Feel free to use your block. You can even stack one block on top of another. The idea here is to let it all hang out. We forward fold so we can get over ourselves. So I'm looking for everything to just dump out of the top of my head. A generous bend in the knees might feel really good. Letting the shoulders go, the head go. On an inhale breath, we're going to come to a halfway lift, which creates a neutral spine that's parallel to the earth. The crown of the head should be headed straight forward to the wall. On the exhale breath, back into your forward fold. On your next incoming breath, we're going to root the feet and rise all the way up one vertebrae at a time, sending the hands east and west wide. Palms come to touch up at the top. Big round of breath here, our Ardha Hastasana, our upward salute. What is your Satnam? Gently allowing the hands to fall down to the sides. We'll find mountain pose, Tadasana. Using the same concepts that we did on the ground, we're going to use dancer pose as our balancing pose for today. If you would like to try this balancing pose with me, we're going to plant the right foot, really finding some grounding there. Ideally, finding a dristi or a gaze, looking straight ahead. Taking the left knee up forward for balance. We're going to gently send it backwards and grab a hold of the inside, just like we did on the ground. Grab a hold of the inside of the left foot with the left hand. And then it's a push and a pull. The right hand is out forward. Sometimes stepping off the mat can be helpful too, giving solid ground. If you can make it here, yogis, this is amazing. Anything past here would be a hinge at the hips and just dancing forward. Inevitably, gravity will always win. It's just a practice. So if you fall out, please try again. It's a push and a pull. Therein finds the balance. Tuck the belly button into the spine, Uddiyana Bandha. When you're ready, gently come back to neutral, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. And then maybe shaking out that right ankle. Ooh, ooh. Then on the other side, let's plant the left foot. Draw some energy up there. And then bring the right knee up. Send your left hand up for balance. Then go ahead and take the right leg back, reaching with the right hand for the inside of the right foot. This might be all. If the push and the pull can happen, then maybe a hinge at the hips. And perhaps dancing your way forward or falling out. If you fall out, yogis, try again. Find the balance. Bring the right knee up. Send it back. Grab a hold. Push and pull. It's a practice. When you're ready, gently find mountain pose again, Tadasana. And then spread your feet wide on your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Beautiful forward fold all the way down to the ground. Feel free to use your block if that's helpful. Awesome. And here, just some organic movement. Leaning over to the right while keeping the soles of the feet firmly planted on the ground. Back to neutral. Over to the left. Back to neutral. This forward fold will be the last one. So let it all hang out here. Return to your Satnam while upside down. And then when you're ready, gently lower yourself back down to the ground. Maybe heel toe your feet in. Find a goddess squat. But be gentle, however you make your way there. We'll find Shavasana, our corpse pose, all the way down to the ground. Allowing the feet to flop open to each side. The palms can face up or down, or perhaps even resting on the body. Come around with some eye pillows if you would like to shut out the light. Shavasana, the most important part of our yoga practice, where we get to absorb all that we've done to balance the body with the breath is not an easy task. To let go does not mean to get rid of. To let go means to let be. And when we let be with compassion and love, things get to come and go on their own. And yogis, that's what you've done. You've carved out this time to let go, to let your body be, to connect with your breath. Take a big deep breath in. Send it all the way to your toes and your fingers. Wrapping your mind around your ankles, your thighs, your hips. Taking your breath all the way to your chest cavity, filling your lungs with vital oxygen. When your exhale's emptying out anything you may still be holding on to. Friends, allow the sound of this bell to be the thing that brings you back into the room, into your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Perhaps a full body stretch might feel nice. Maybe rolling over to your right side to calibrate your body. When you're ready, just rising up into a seated position. We'll take one last breath together. Fingertips long on the mat, tickling the earth. Big deep breath in, sends the fingers long, wide, palms together at the top, hands in prayer. Bringing the hands down so the thumbs tuck into the heartbeat. As I bow, please know that the light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. What a beautiful practice.